Good morning, Cypress Village residents. Welcome to Virtual Coffee Chat. Today is May 21st, and I hope everybody's doing well so far this Friday morning. We've got a lot of information on tap today. I'm not going to go through the laundry list of directors and what content they're going to cover. It'll take too long. So I just wanted to say a short and sweet happy Friday, and I hope everybody enjoys today's Virtual Coffee Chat. Thanks. Have a great day.
Good morning, Cypress Village residents. My name is Nick, the Administrative Services Director here, and I wanted to go over a couple things with you today. The closing out of a couple projects that we've been working on, the first one being the Vocera project. That is a communication tool that's going to be implemented in the healthcare center, the assisted living facility, and the memory care. It's going to streamline communication and vastly improve the way we get a hold of doctors, nurses, things like that. We'll have no more calls bouncing around, and we're looking forward to that. The second one is we were in contract talks with a company called VirtuSense, and the good news is we've signed it, and we are going to get 10 devices, and this is a fall detection software that's going to go in memory care. Some of them are going to go in memory care, some of them are going to go into the healthcare center. This technology in other communities has vastly improved the number of falls that occur unnoticed. So we are going to be the first people in Florida to have it, the first community. So we're very proud of that. We want to be a showcase community, and so far we've been able to do that. The last thing I wanted to talk about is the In2l program. I've gotten a couple questions about that. The most prevalent one is, why do I need this if I already have a tablet? Well, you don't. This is for somebody who hasn't gotten into the smart technology yet, gets frustrated with technology and just tries the tablet, throws it away. This is so user-friendly that it's basically impossible to mess up. It's locked, so you can't get viruses, you can't, there's no password changes, anything like that. It's something that is for that group of people that just aren't ready to jump, head into the smart technology world. I look forward to seeing everyone around the village, and have a great weekend.
Good morning, Cypress Village. This is the better looking side of David Green. I've got a maintenance update for you today, and very short today on the maintenance list. We covered a lot last week, so I just wanted to give a couple brief updates that residents had asked for this week. One of those happens to be the mail kiosks out in all of the units and streets. You noticed there had been some trees taken down on one off Middleton Park Circle West, and that tree happened to be dead, but we are absolutely moving forward with a redesign of the landscaping as well as the actual physical structure of the kiosk as well. We're still in preliminary discussions and designs, working through the maintenance committee to get to a point where we can present something to you here in the near future. But I did want to clarify that yes, we are moving forward with that. The project will not commence most likely until the fourth quarter of this year, but we're looking forward to that. That's going to be a big improvement for the community's aesthetics, and the homeowners should really enjoy that as well. Secondly, Croquet Court. I know Larry and Dave discussed this last week, but I think on a positive note, there is some new growth. I actually walked on the Croquet Court this morning, and I do see a lot of new growth coming up through the ground. So that's definitely a positive direction that we're going there. Although it's going to take some time to come back to its full potential, we at least got a very, very positive report from the landscape consultant that Tree Amigos brought in, who handles multiple large golf course communities as well as the Jaguar Stadium. And he said everything that we're doing, in addition to a couple recommendations that we've already taken care of, we should see that come back in very healthy. I also heard that other communities that have croquet as well as golf courses are experiencing very similar type of algae growth as well. So Cypress Village is not the only one that is having that type of problem. So, secondly, gators. I've had a couple residents ask me about gators and their concern about their little dogs being potential prey of the gators. A couple weeks ago, we did remove approximately a 6-foot gator from a pond over on Silkvine. If you do see a gator, please report it to Jennifer O'Neill in maintenance at 807-6124. We will immediately contact the wildlife, game and wildlife agency within Florida, who then contracts out a company that will capture the animal and take the animal away. So that's really about it. The putting green, I know tomorrow, Friday, the Putters Club is going to get back out there and try the new latest and greatest putting green. I do believe Larry and Tree Amigos are going to be taking the surface down an additional, I want to say 1/8 of an inch, but hopefully it rolls pretty well and the putters have a great time out there. I know the weather is scheduled to be really nice tomorrow. So everybody who's going to get out there and socialize and have a good time and, enjoy the putting. Have a great day.
Good morning, Cypress Village residents. Hope you all are having a wonderful day. It is Katie from Activities. I've got a few updates for you all this week. I am going to save the program's highlights for the weekly update that Activities sends out, so keep an eye out for that. It'll have any of the highlights for the upcoming week, for the upcoming month, as well as any changes or adjustments that we've made to the calendar, and any updates that we have from various clubs or groups. So keep an eye out for that. And if you are not receiving that communication and or any of the daily schedules or cancellation updates via email, and you would like to be on the Activities specific email distribution list to receive updates from our department, all you need to do is either give us a call or stop by the office, or you can email our shared email at cls@cypressvillageretirement.com and just let us know that you'd like to receive those regular updates from the Activities department, and we will put you on our email distribution list. And again, that includes the daily calendars, any last minute changes, as well as any activities related communications like the newsletter, the Activities weekly update, the sign up forms, etc. So let us know if you're not on there and you would like to receive those. I would also like to touch base on signups for the remainder of the month of May, as well as moving into the month of June. We are definitely kicking up our programs and our outings, and with that, it is super important that residents remember if there is an SR on the calendar or in the newsletter, that means sign up is required for that event. And as with everything that is listed in the newsletter, super important that you all read the newsletter and know which events require sign up and which events do not. We are trying our best to adhere to capacity, and not only capacity, but as we're moving into a season where many residents want to partake in various events, we want to make sure that there is a safe amount of room for everyone. And with that, the only way we can control crowds is with signups. So if you do not sign up for something and would like to attend and you're not sure if you were on the list or not, just give us a call to confirm first. I'd hate to start a program or have a program and have to turn people away from the door, but that might very well be a possibility here in the future with how many signups we're having. So again, please review the sign-up form as it comes out for June, and any signups that you might have already placed for May, and let us know if there's anything you're interested in, and we will try our best to get you on the list for those things. And that is all my updates for this week. I hope you all have a wonderful weekend, and we will see you around the village.
Happy Friday, everybody. It's Susan McLean. I'm here in Egret Hall. It's actually Thursday for me, and we just finished up our Stay Well luncheon, and it was fabulous. So I'm looking forward to next month when we have it again, and look to everybody signing up for it, and sign up early because the list does fill up very quickly. So from on Coffee Chat going forward, I am going to be giving you a hurricane preparedness tip. So just listen out and look out for those, because before you know it, June 1st will be here, and that is the first day of hurricane season. So tip number 1 for this week, we are going to work on getting our kit together, our hurricane preparedness kit. In the kit, you need to have a gallon of water for everybody in the family. You need to have batteries. You need to have a flashlight. You need to have foods that will not spoil, so like tuna or canned chicken and things of that item. Any type of crackers and things like that, cans of soup. And then you also want to have your medication, and you need to have it in the regular prescription bottle. So in case you do have to evacuate, they always want your medications in the prescription bottles. You want to also have a spare pair of glasses. You also want to have a phone charger. So all of those things are in your hurricane guide that is available for you down at the concierge desk. So if you have any questions or anything, please reach out to me and I'll be more than happy to help you with that. Something else I wanted to mention is about not Dr. Bloom, but Marilyn Bloom, who was leading our grief counseling group. I understand that she was with Haven Hospice, and Haven did have a mass layoff of several employees, and unfortunately, she was part of that. And due to the way that she left Haven Hospice, she is unable to come back on property. And once we found that out, we quickly reached out to our mental health group that is here and secured Dr. Olivia Hilchi to take over the grief counseling group. And so I think if you meet her and you get to know her, you'll quickly realize what a great resource she is going to be. So thank you, and I hope everybody has a wonderful day.
Hi everyone, my name is Dr. Olivia Hilchi. I'm a postdoctoral clinical psychology resident and Jacksonville area lead for Transformative Healthcare Solutions and Mental Health Center of Florida. I am a passionate scholar practitioner in the field of clinical psychology, and I divide my time between the clinical practice, training, and consulting, and scholarly writing and research. I have a doctorate in clinical psychology and a Master of Arts in clinical psychology from the University of Cumberland. Additionally, I have a Master's of Science in clinical mental health counseling from Southern Adventist University, and I have a Bachelor of Arts in psychology from Maryville College. While working in this group practice, I deliver cognitive behavioral therapy and other evidence-based treatments to the geriatric population with a wide range of emotional, behavioral, and adjustment concerns. I have experience in providing supportive psychology services in IL, AL, memory, and skilled nursing. Basically, my services include persistent and severe mental illnesses. I am available anytime. My interests include psychological testing, forensic assessment, working with individuals with severe and persistent mental illness, and fostering personal and professional development in future mental health professionals. Additionally, here I will be taking over, I should say, the grief group. We will be doing that next Tuesday at 1 p.m. in the OMR room. And additionally, we have a COVID trauma support group that will be starting in the next few weeks. So I look forward to meeting all of you. I'm new here, and I really appreciate everybody's warm welcome that we've had. Hopefully we can do another Be Well luncheon soon in the next couple of months. If you have any other questions, please feel free to reach out to the wellness director, Amy, or Susan with Innovative Home Care Solutions. And also feel free to give me a call. My number is 904-413-6378. Thank you.
Hey, good morning and welcome to Burger of the Week. This week we got a chili cheeseburger topped with fresh onions. So we have an all ground beef patty, our special Cypress chilies on top of it. We're taking cheddar cheese, and we got some fresh chopped onions on it too. I recommend it with onion rings and a nice cold bud. So enjoy Burger of the Week. Thank you.
Good morning, Cypress Village residents. Happy Friday. I have a few dining announcements for you today. First of all, I just want to let everybody know I'm working on some menus for the upcoming dining venues. We have the 4600 menu that I'm working on that will take effect on the 31st of May. Also working on the summer Loon's Nest menu, which will take place sometime around when summer starts, which is June 20th is the first day of summer, sometime around there. So you can look for that menu. I'll have some updates about some of the menu items as well as the menu itself on future coffee chats. If you have any suggestions for either menu, feel free to send those to me via email, in the hallway, carrier pigeon, however you feel necessary. We have Around the Dining Table coming up next week. It'll be next Wednesday, the 26th at 1 p.m. in Egret Hall. You do not have to sign up for it, so if you want to attend, just come on down and you could hear whatever updates I have, as well as a roundtable discussion about anything that you all might want to be discussing. Other than that, we're just going to go over one of the 4,600 menu items. Today we've chosen to showcase the boneless beef short rib. So the short rib is one of my favorite dishes, and I'll explain to you why. So whenever people ask me, what's your favorite food to cook, I always lean towards the foods that take a lot of time and a lot of love. So in the short rib dish itself, we have a couple components of it that do require a lot of time. So the sauce, first and foremost, takes anywhere from 2 to 3 hours to prepare, and then the short rib, the braising process takes anywhere from 3 to 4 hours. So what we do for the sauce to begin with is we take some mirepoix, which is the celery, onions, carrots, roast it in a little bit of olive oil, and then add some tomato paste, a good deal of red wine, some bay leaves, herbs, beef stock, and then let that reduce until, we started out as about 5 gallons of liquid, then it reduces till about 1 gallon. And then from there we take that sauce, strain it, we take the short rib, we season it salt and pepper, sear it, get a nice caramelization on the outside, and then I like to roast them in the oven for a little while because they do have quite a bit of fat content in them. And then once the short ribs have been roasted, pull them out, set them in a pan, put some of that braising liquid on them, or the demi-glace that we made, and then braise them in the oven, very low temperature, 275, 250 for 3 to 4 hours. And then once we braise them, we pull them, cool them in the liquid they were braised in, and then we vacuum seal them with the braising liquid, and then we hold them for service. So whenever it comes service time at 4,600 and you order the short rib, we have a bain-marie, we call them. It's a small pot that we keep hot water in just below the boiling point. And then whenever we get an order for it, we have the vacuum sealed bag. We place in the bain-marie, it warms it up very evenly, very gently. And then whenever it comes to your plate, we open it up, piping hot, beautiful, falling off the bone, even though there is no bone. But that's the little story behind the braised short rib. So again, one of my favorites just because all that's put into it. And the end result is what you see there. All right. Well, thank you very much. That's all I have, and enjoy your weekend.
Hi there, Cypress Village. I'm back, and I hope you're enjoying today's virtual coffee chat. I had a few things I wanted to speak to before we wrap this week's version of Coffee Chat up. One of those is Phase 3B, which is going to be effective June 1st. On the newsletter that went out last week, there was a lot of detail there, but I just wanted to touch on a couple points. Dining services. Residents will be allowed to have visitors dine with them in all dining venues. We do ask that they wear a mask in the common areas prior to sitting at the table to join you for a meal. But that's great news. Have your family and friends to come back to Cypress Village. Enjoy the new menu in 4600 East, as well as the Loon's Nest menu that came out a couple weeks ago. Visitors, we're open for business with visitors. However, we still, even if they are vaccinated and can prove they're vaccinated, we are still asking that they wear a mask while they're in the common area. As long as they wear the mask in the common area, once they get to your apartment or your house, they're free to do whatever they would like. We do recommend social distancing, but again, that is optional based on your visitor and your preference. Masks for associates. We will continue to wear masks as employees here at Cypress Village until further notice. We don't know exactly when we are going to change that policy, but as it stands for 3B, that's what we're going to do. On June 14th, this is like 3B as well, but it's a couple weeks after June 1st. On the 14th, we are going to bring housekeeping services to those residents in houses and apartments that have housekeeping as part of their agreement and contract here at Cypress Village back online, either weekly or based on in the house what their current frequency is contractually. So that's great news. And also guest suites. As of the 14th, we expect to have 2, if not 3 guest suites that we are going to reopen to the general public for your families and your friends that are coming to visit Cypress Village that want to stay on property and stay close to you. So those are all good steps that we're taking to move forward and get back to a normal life here at Cypress Village. Thank goodness. I wanted to touch on staffing again. We happen to be 15, 16 months into this pandemic, and I know this is hard to believe, but from our perspective here at the community, operating the community, serving our residents, doing all the things that we love to do, but are also obligated to do, it is becoming probably the hardest point in the entire 15 months to accomplish that. And the reason being is we don't have enough staff to do that. However, what are we doing? We are leveraging our extremely committed staff that have been with us, our managers, our directors, to fill in the gaps where we have areas that we don't have enough employees. I'll use dining services as a perfect example because I know a lot of residents that have been out and about. You've noticed that a lot of residents have signs posted on the front of their doors just stating that there's a long wait. You know, there was recently reported to me that a Chili's just last week was unable to serve dinner. They were serving drinks and whatnot, but their kitchen was closed and they weren't able to serve entrees and meals. That is becoming a very commonplace. That's not an anomaly now. Here at Cypress Village, we are down several cooks, and we're also down some servers as well. While we're still doing deliveries, it's making it very difficult to balance the mix between regular full service in the dining venues and deliveries. So what we're doing, myself, Laurel, Katie, Sarah, Candace, Nick, Dave, Anthony, there's several different people that you typically see doing their job that are behind the scenes helping in the kitchen, so it frees up kitchen staff to do the preparation, the serving, the delivery to our residents, so they are not feeling any of the staffing crunches that we're going through right now. But I can tell you what that's doing. It is stretching everybody very thin, and people are getting very tired, you know, and I know I've been talking about this for several weeks, but it is continuing and it hasn't gotten any better. I don't want any residents to panic. We are going to get through this and we're going to get through it very successfully. But please understand what we're dealing with. I am going to initiate an executive order for Cypress Village residents that if there are any situations that are witnessed in the dining room, in the kitchen, activities, housekeeping, wherever it may happen that it is witnessed by other residents and reported, or other staff members, where our residents, or even our staff for that matter, but I'm gonna stay in reference with residents at this point. If any residents are treating our staff disrespectfully or inappropriately, we are going to take a very, very hard stance on that, and there will be ramifications. Ramifications could include being disbarred from certain venues, certain activities, certain dining rooms for a period of time if that happens. I can tell you that is not something that we want to do. So I urge all of our residents to be very, very conscientious of the behaviors that they are representing when faced with maybe not the perfect service or, you know, a delay or some type of service interruption. Believe me, we are doing the best that we can. And in talking to other colleagues and other communities, I can tell you I think we're doing pretty well. Are we where we want to be? Absolutely not. I foresee this executive order of sorts probably lasting at least 60 days, 30 to 90 days. We do not project the job market to come back to normal state until probably August, September. Until then, the staff that you see, you need to thank them, be very respectful of what they're doing, courteous, because if poor behavior or disrespect chase them away, I can tell you it's very, very possible that we're not going to be able to replace that body anytime soon, and we're going to be further behind with the amount of employees that we need than we currently are. So please take that message for what it is, and do what you can to support the staff, not beat the staff up. Okay, it's very, very important that we do that as a community and as a family. We want to continue to exhibit the culture of kindness. I want to thank all of the residents. We have had an overwhelming number of CV Valor nominations, emails, got cards. Probably in the last 2 to 3 weeks, we've had more than we've had ever. So that is going to go a long way, and we really, really, really appreciate that. We're also looking at different ways that we can motivate and attract employees and also retain employees. I won't get into any level of detail on this particular coffee chat, but please know that that is something we are looking at as well. Last but not least, we had a really good turnout for a vaccination clinic. On Tuesday of this week, we had our mandatory testing for our employees. It's a great time for us to offer another vaccination clinic. I want to thank Susan McLean, who contacted CVS again to put in a requisition for them to come back out and perform a clinic. On Tuesday, we captured 30 new employees that were not vaccinated and got their vaccination completed. But in addition to that, we picked up another 37 roughly employees that have been vaccinated outside of Cypress Village that we did not have record of. So we just added roughly almost 70 new vaccinations to our overall vaccination count for employees. So I'm taking a guess here. I'm giving you a best guess, but I would say that our employee base is probably 60 to 70% vaccinated, which is a tremendous improvement from what we previously reported. We still got roughly 100 employees that were unable to make the testing, so those numbers could shift even more positively, but more to come on that. I thought I would share that with all of the residents because I constantly hear, how many of our employees are vaccinated. So that was great news, and again, thanks to Susan McLean for that. With that, here at Cypress Village, we have no confirmed cases for any residents in any product line or area of the community. I don't know if we had one employee that was recovering. I believe they are fully recovered and coming back to work. So as of today, Friday, May 21st, we have 0 COVID cases here at Cypress Village, which is great news. Looking at the overall statistics for the state of Florida, those are very positive too. Within the last 2 to 4 weeks, the average cases have subsided roughly 50%. In Duval County, the positivity rate as of Tuesday was 4.7%, which is below the 5.0 percentage that requires us to do weekly testing. So all the key indicators are trending in the right direction. In regards to us completely reopening, staff not utilizing masks any longer, I'm really trying to wait for that Duval County positivity rate to drop in the 3% area. And once that happens, I feel we'll be in a very, very safe place. So I will keep everybody posted as we get updated information, and at least weekly. But just stand by for general updates on COVID. And last but not least, we're going to roll into birthdays. We have 2 birthday boys out there today. We've got Mr. John Pontus and Ira Kessler. Happy birthday, gentlemen. Tomorrow, Saturday, George Lake on the 22nd, one birthday. And on the 23rd, we've got Nick Zappo and Sue Nicholson. Happy birthday to you two. Helen Freelander on the 24th. Helen, happy birthday to you. Helene Masitis and Walt Fowler are on the 26th. Happy birthday, you two. And Mr. George Getz is the sole birthday on the 27th. And then we've got two on the 28th. We've got Miss Janet Taft, a new resident here at Cypress Village. Janet, happy birthday. And Mr. Peter Forster. I'm just going to wrap it up because we've only got one birthday left on May, and that's Lem Hollier. Lem, happy birthday. You are the birthday boy on the 30th and the only one here at the village. So birthday to you and all the residents that I just mentioned. And to everybody out there in Cypress Village land, have a great weekend. Thank you so much for viewing. Bye-bye.
I was going to do the same thing.
Is that okay?
Oh man, I messed up.
Can you hear the dish machine? Yeah. We'll wait for her. I think it's almost done. Hey.
It's gonna make things a lot more streamlined over there and a lot more. Shoot, what did I say? I saw Thomas. And he What's going on, Nick? All right. All right. Let me start over. Yeah.
I hate when my tie's not all the way out. Laurel, make sure you erase it.
I will.
All right.